What up, guys? So I did break down and order the Cobb Accessport. Everyone said that, I mean, if you do nothing else to the Subarus with the 2.0 engines, if you do nothing, no exhaust, no intake, no nothing, still get the Cobb Accessport because it just instantly can get you horsepower for free. Well, not free, I mean the cost of the Accessport, of course, but you could just download some OTS tunes off the shelf tunes, and this is what I got, and I saved $100. So this is what it looks like. It even says he still has whoa, it even got the film on here still. It comes with, I mean, this guy bundled this very nicely, so this hooks to the computer, I believe. So let me look here real quick. It has the OBD cable as well, which I have not found, but that's, I believe that's in this box here. This box here. Let's double check real quick. Box hasn't even been opened. He took everything out though on eBay and had showed me what's in it though. So let's see. Okay, yeah, this clips actually. This does clip to the back of the Accessport. So he's even got that. Here's the OBD cable. I don't think this was used at all, going by the looks of it, which is interesting because he did say that it's unmarried, but he didn't say that it was even married in the first place. It was basically maybe he just needed the money, or all I know is that, I mean, it's obviously not been used or the film would be gone. Like, you need to take that off to, you know, it clearly says remove the film before use, so I don't know. So that's the first part of this video, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this to my computer and see if I can't figure this out. I've looked at some videos online where basically you download some tunes, which, since I have something similar to a Mishimoto intake, it's ETS and the Mishimoto are very, very similar. They have big tubes, big intakes, and basically I'm gonna try it and see what happens. Alright guys, so first things first, let's get to what you have to do right off the bat. Is you have to go into your Windows, you have to go to Cobb's site, and you have to install something called AP Setup, which is the Accessport setup. That will allow this to connect to your PC, because otherwise the computer doesn't know what the heck this thing is. So it automatically powers up as soon as you hook the USB cable to it, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't say anything other than, like, it wants you to hook it to your car, but I don't want that right now. I want to actually install some of these tunes. So that's the first step, and I'm gonna get to the next step in the next video or in the next edit. I'll edit all this together, so it won't matter. But right now it's just telling me to get help, but I don't want to do that. So right off the bat, this is what it does. It just tells you there's two sections: install the Accessport to your vehicle, or check engine codes. So apparently you can check engine codes. Maybe it does that by itself. I don't know. Troubleshoot, diagnose, and troubleshoot your vehicle. So maybe this can do that on every vehicle. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, but I decided to go to see if there was a firmware update for the Cobb Accessport, and there clearly is. One was just released 2/13/2018, very recently, and it says not much, just vastly improved flash times for the 2018 WRX STI, and shows some other things down here, but waiting for Accessport to reboot. If you guys know anything about computers, if you disconnect something while it's doing its thing, you could fry stuff. I mean, maybe not fry it, but things have been bricked, let's just put it that way. It's waiting for the Accessport to reboot right now, and it's doing its thing. So I've already loaded the map. I had 4 to choose from. I chose the map that just said intake only, and that's that, because there was like a high wastegate one. I don't have that, so I'm not gonna load in something that I don't have the mod for. Alright, so far things are... Okay, finally it says it's flashing. It ran into an issue, which I read on some forums here, that it can just like freeze if you haven't had like if it hasn't been updated like ever. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. But I mean, it really shouldn't have taken as long as it did, because it was literally I went and did this, I went and did that. Made myself a little Belgian waffle here. I started getting hungry, and it was just sitting there. Just it said do not disconnect, but nothing really was happening on the Accessport 2.1.3.4 2134 whatever, and it said it wasn't connected. So I don't know what's going on. Right now it says it's verifying flash for update 2, and then it said before that it said verifying flash for update 1. It's a bunch of stuff. I mean, I guess I could have just not done any of this and just, put the map into my car, but sometimes you feel like, well, I might as well update the unit, and sometimes it ends up biting you in the ass. So right now it's biting me in the ass. Flashing Accessport. Now it's rebooting. It's finally rebooting and doing everything properly. Sweet. Yeah, it was locked up. All right, finally it will say this. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. The Accessport update was successful. So, because someone did say you can indeed unhook it, which I was saying in the previous video, don't unhook it, but because that's what it says. It says do not disconnect, but it was saying it was unconnected up top. So I just figured, well, if it's not doing anything, I might as well just. I hooked it to a different USB port, and now all was good. So, till next update, peace. What up, guys? Here we are on the Subaru WRX. Going stage 1, baby. So, install Accessport your vehicle. Yes. Verify, right. Alright. Alright. 2015 USDM manual transmission. I installed the Accessport, and right now it is saving my stock tune. This is what happens. And freaking almost got a kink in my neck. Ugh, installing that damn. So it's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test out the Mishimoto Cobb tune, because that includes, like, I believe this is what I believe. The Mishimoto air intake was similar to the ETS as far as going on forums and stuff. Someone said they have the ETS intake and box, and I only have axle back muffler delete, so I don't know if that's going to affect it at all, but it's basically still like a stock exhaust setup. Alright, it's done. It's pretty quick now, within a minute. Please wait. Now, okay, do not turn off vehicle or unplug access port. And right now it's doing its deal. 1%, 2%. One thing I'm hearing about getting stage 1, even just if you don't do any mods to your car whatsoever, and I know it's hard not to, because it's much more fun to drive when you hear that exhaust kicking, and it's much more fun to hear that turbo sucking in the air. But say you're strapped for cash. Apparently, this is what you want to do. I mean, this requires. I saved like $100. I paid $560 for this off eBay. You may not be able to get that good of a deal, or you may be able to get a better deal if someone is desperate to get rid of it, because it's still a very expensive item. It doesn't really lose its value, and because as long as it works, you're in business. And make sure that it's unmarried to the car that it was previously, set up to tune. So I don't know that if what I don't know, and you guys can correct me, is how to unmarry it exactly. I don't know if you have to go to the Cobb website or whatever, or if you just uninstall it. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I'm not really worried about it, because I doubt that I'm going to get rid of it. Because basically, I mean, unless you really want to monitor all the settings and data logs, you can just basically do what I'm doing, and then I believe that you can just unplug it. I have to read up on it, but I asked the guys where I went to get my airbox installed and all the other mods that I've done. I said, can you just install the stage 1 tune and then unplug it? Because I didn't necessarily want this thing on my dash, or, you know, even though it's really actually not that big of a deal if I was to stick it over here. But the cord is the issue. Most people put it like in this air vent right here, which is okay, but you know, maybe it's gonna make rattling, I don't know. Please turn off and leave the ignition in the off. Okay. Please turn and leave the ignition off. Please leave the ignition off while the vehicle reinitializes to complete the reflash process. The vehicle must remain off for the entirety, basically. This is moving very quick. So this is all real time. I'm not editing this, so you know. Alright, it's going back on. It's now accessing. So anyways, getting back to what this tune actually does is apparently it improves the throttle response, the actual pedal response. So installation successful. Please turn ignition key to the off again and wait 15 seconds. I don't even know what I was saying. Something about the throttle, it just works better with the stage 1 tune. I don't know why they didn't do this from the factory, but basically people are saying like even halfway down is basically full throttle. So it's a little tricky to drive stick in this car if you're not that good at it. So I think it's actually done. Yeah, it's done. It's telling me I can monitor stuff now already, and my car's off. So I'm gonna turn it on, I think. Let's see. Oh, thinking it's touchscreen. Measure the acceleration performance of your vehicle. So that's not something that I would really like to do at the moment, because I got this cord down here. I'd have to stick this, I don't even know where actually, guys. This cord would have to go who knows where, across my steering wheel, and just set it on, or realistically underneath my seat while I drive. Uninstall, completely remove your access port from your vehicle. We don't want to do that. So basically I'm at gauges, so monitor your vehicle with gauges and data logging, and then there's it's going into there now. I'm getting hot now. One large digital gauge with bar gauge. It's just, you get basically 1 to 6 gauges here. So, I mean, yeah, it's showing the air fuel correction. I have no idea what it just did actually. Right now it says air fuel correction 1, and it's not a touchscreen, so it's not like you can't select it. It is logging it right now. I'm gonna actually go ahead and turn the car on. Oops. Derp. I just want to see what comes up right now. It is logging. Alright guys, this thing keeps turning off and I have no idea why. I have plenty of power in the phone, and it usually doesn't turn off, but I was just flipping through all these, like, there's just tons of stuff. Change gauge layout. So I'm at, I don't know if these are good numbers, AF correction. It's all basically showing me the same thing, which is not what I want. I wanted to see like a few different things, and I can't figure it out. So it's gonna take me a while to figure this stupid thing out. And it's getting hot as heck in here. So I'm gonna take a little cruise, and I'll be back. I don't actually know what's back here. I never go back this way. It takes off much easier, guys. It does not want to bounce around like normal. It's so weird. So I'm sure it's still adjusting to its measurements and stuff. But so far, so good. I actually have a little bit of a headache, so the store and I have to get more aspirin. I think the boost is, from what I've heard, it feels a little less early on, but it will continue on further into the RPM range. So here we are at a stoplight. Comcast is down here, fiddling around. Seeing some of those ducks that we have in Florida fiddling around in the street. Alright, let's go this way. Yeah, this just comes to basically a dead end down here, so I really don't have I don't have a place to really get on it where I went. I thought that maybe I could, but I really can't. So, and I have the AC on because I was getting hot. Oh, nice garbage can on the road. Nice garbage can on the road. Put it in second. What's this guy doing? There's a lot of glass in the street over here. I don't know what's up with this. I have birds in the road. I can't get up, and I got the sun blasting me in my face. So the first drive in the tune, I can't really. I'm gonna have to literally like read a dang book on how to study that data logging. So speed bump. Yeah, it's definitely different. It's different. Normally would want to take off like a beast, and then it would just sort of like it boosts quick and then it just dies off. Whereas this one feels a little bit more steady, but like I said, I can't really get on it where I am. I'm in a 25 right now. But the computer has to. The only reason I'm driving it right now is to get the computer. Maybe I'm not sure if tunes need the computer to get adjusted to the map, but that's what I'm doing anyway. So I could go down this one road here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to pull back because I actually need to go to the store and stuff. And I just wanted to see what it was like. The throttle is definitely different. It's definitely different. It doesn't want to give it too much gas right away. The car seems to it's still bucking me a little bit right now. That's because I'm going real slow at first though. But the throttle definitely feels different. I think I'm not gonna know until this is just the first drive. So I'm gonna see what it logged. And then plus I got the AC on all the time. Guys, alright, I'm gonna go inside and study if any data, if possible, came through there. Peace.